Welcome back, listeners. I'm Robin Black, and this is It's All About Healing podcast. In today's episode, eliminating the teacher versus student mindset. Growing up, we go to school, we have our teachers, right? They teach us the basics, math, language, reading, writing, science, and so on. But because we're programmed for 12 years, then some of us go off to college and then we start learning even more. But for those 12 years, we know teacher, student, teacher, student. However, even though we're learning, we're still being taught we're the student, and then we have the teacher who teaches us. Now that we're older and we're out here in the real world, a lot of us still hold on to that state of mind, which sometimes will invite in projection. And when we're in this state of mind of projection, we're projecting our fears, like we fall into that inferiority complex, right? Whether you have past traumas, you grew up in a certain household, you have social anxieties, and that projection, it causes us to forecast, right? We like to try to predict what this other person is going to say, or some may have that internal feeling of, oh, this person thinks that they know everything and they just know exactly what they're talking about. And you're stuck in that inferiority complex. So you're not allowing yourself to just think outside the box. Because even me, I don't teach anything, right? I am here. My job is to allow you to think. That's all it is. It's not teacher versus student. It's how is this person, what this person is saying, allowing me to think. It's changing the way that you used to think. You're eliminating all of those old beliefs of the way that we were brought up, how we were taught. Teacher, student, this is what they're going to teach me. This is what I'm going to learn. This is what I'm going to get out of this. But the sacred knowledge, we all have it. It's just lying dormant inside of majority of us. Not everyone fully understands what they don't know, right? So you have to be able to hear it and allow yourself to start thinking. And when you eliminate all the distractions, you eliminate the projection, you eliminate the outside distractions that are coming in, and you're out of that inferiority mindset, you welcome it in and you start thinking like, okay, this is starting to make sense because now I'm starting to think outside the box. That box that we are always inside of, right? Metaphorically, it's like, that's that box that's the walls are boarded with fear and ego. And that's what we lie dormant inside of that box, right? It limits us to sacred knowledge. It limits us to opening ourselves up to new information because we feel like, I don't want to hear it. Or there's fears there. There's social awkwardness there, social anxiety there. There's the fear of past traumas that I don't want to dive back into. I want to stay away from that. But when you look at when God says, okay, your body is your temple, right? Your temple is also your house, right? Your house, it represents you. If you live in a house, apartment, condo, whatever, wherever you live, it's the same thing. If you are a person who is, kind of messy, right? Your whole house is messy, or it's just your bedroom that's messy. You're going to be a person that hides, you're going to hide all your feelings because the rest of your house, when company comes over, it's clean, right? But your room, we're just going to keep that door closed because I don't want anybody looking at that. That's your house represents you. That's why some people are like, oh, it's so easy to read another person. It's because you're eliminating just the physical world, right? You're going into how is this spiritual as well? How can we be in the middle to be able to see the physical realm versus the physical realm? And your house is a good way of looking at this is who I am physically and spiritually, right? The inside, if somebody were to just come and meet me and they come to your house, they can tell a lot about who you are based on how you live. So if your house is full of clutter or you're a hoarder, right? You're prolonging everything. You're holding on to so much trauma. You're going to have 5 million triggers. And your people are going to be like, "Man, you can go from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds." Yeah, because if they're a hoarder, that explains it. Because they have a sense of control. Like they have to be in control all the time. And when you are constantly looking for control, so if you're a hoarder, what happens? Okay, you don't even know what's in this box, right? Say, for instance, you're in your garage and your garage is full of just old things. When we don't get rid of all of these old things, whenever we take the time to heal or even took the time to I just completely forgot about that. That's in my unconscious mind. I have no idea what's in those boxes, right? I completely forgot about it. So now 5 years down the road, when you go to open it, all that healing that you've done for 5 years, or all that, the fact that you've forgotten about it, but you never healed from it, now it's going to come just swarming back in. And so now you're going to have to relive what's in these boxes. It's the same way with us. When we stuff our feelings down and we don't actually deal with it, that's what happens. We just stuff. I want to fall into habits and addictions and this and just kind of numb the pain. No, you have to actually fix it. It's the same if we were to get on an antidepressant, right? That's going to help at surface level because some of us medically need that, right? But it's still not going to fix the problem. They go hand in hand. That's why counseling and therapy is needed along with the medication as well. So when we're looking at how you clean your room or how you keep your house, and when you're hoarding or when you live in clutter, your mind's going to work the exact same way. If your house is just in disarray all the time, or your office, if you're always at work and you have papers all over your desk, 9 times out of 10, your mind is going to work exactly the same way. You're going to always just be over here, over there, over there. You're not going to ever be focused. People are always going to be wanting your undivided attention, and they'll never get it because you're just all over the place. And, we have to compartmentalize. But if you have 5 million compartments, right, especially if you're hoarding, it's still not going to be structured. We need some type of structure. When there's no structure, you're all over the place. All right. So you have to start realizing, okay, how I live is how I think. And that's the easiest way to put it is, what does my house look like? No wonder I am the way that I am. No wonder that I'm controlling. No wonder that I'm all over the place. No wonder I can't stay focused. No wonder it actually makes sense when you're able to look at it from a different point of view. I hope that I'm explaining that well enough. Because I know sometimes it can be hard. It can be hard to fully understand what someone's talking about, but it can also be hard to give it, to help you understand, because I know there's so many defense mechanism walls that we all have up. But do know that it's just best to eliminate that teacher versus student mentality and just allow yourself to just actually think. Sorry, give me a second, guys. That's my Alexa. I do apologize. Alexa definitely has a mind of her own. So, but again, that is all that I have for you guys today. Again, please book your one-on-one. That way you can have that one-on-one time with me. You're welcome to come on the show as well, or book your free consultation. Head over to www.it'sallabout.healingpodcast.com, and everyone stay blessed.